Hey guys, welcome back to our D&D one-off with Spademate. Quick recap of last episode. Our characters went to sleep one foggy night, woke up in a completely different location, following a road we don't know where it's going, into a town that we've never seen before, with some very bizarre circumstances in this town. We've entered a house at the behest of some children who have said there's a monster in their basement. Could we help them? And are kind of currently going through the house in look of their parents or clues or whatever the hell is going on. I think that's where we'll continue on from.
Alrighty. So you guys head on up the stairs to the second floor.
Yeah.
Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece, you see a wooden-framed portrait of a family, two smiling children you recognize as Rose and Thorn. Cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby.
How old are
Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youths, and the red marble staircase that started on the first floor continues its upward spiral. A cold draft can be felt coming down the steps.
Well, as I'm going up, I want to check out this door here. Can I listen behind this door? I assume it's a door.
Wait, which one? Sorry, this one here?
The one right here.
Okay, the one by the staircase.
Yeah.
Sure, alright. You don't hear anything behind the door, so I presume you can give it an open up.
Yep. That'll be the standard affair.
Okay. You just find an undecorated bedroom, which contains beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a footlocker, both of which you use your mage hand to open, and they're both empty.
Okay.
You see, something of particular curious note, where normally you would cast your mage hand, and it's very much a sort of puffy marshmallow-like hand, very friendly looking.
Like Mickey Mouse.
Now it has turned almost ghost-like, gore hanging from the wrist.
My mage hand looks like this.
Your mage hand, spindly fingers as well, as you commanded.
Okay. That's very curious.
Shaq, roll me a perception check. Okay. You get the sense in the portrait from looking at the family members. The wife is not happy.
I have two things I'd like to do, Sully. The first is, I guess this is retroactively, but before we go up to that second floor, I wanted to look at the base of the stairs as they end on this floor. Does it look like...
Like here?
Yeah. Two things about it. The first is I would like to just inspect the floor and surrounding walls to see if I can notice anything abnormal. Like, for example, if the stairs continued and this somehow was like a passage that closed it off or something like that.
If the stairs continued and the passage... I don't understand what you're asking.
Okay, so imagine this was a spiral staircase, right? And it goes down by landings. And imagine there was another layer beneath this, and this layer... that next layer of spiral staircase was cut off by some sort of passage here.
So you're imagining it's a trapdoor or something like that?
Right? Or something similar. Yep. I'm going to look in that area for just any evidence that the stairs are not, that they might continue on.
Okay, well, you look at it, and The banister stops naturally. It doesn't continue into the floor. It stops and is stylized as well, like with a loop of brass at the end of the banister itself. The steps also have a carpeting on it, which also just folds onto the floor naturally as it is. You look carefully at the floor itself, and there's no indication of any continuation of the stairs.
Okay. And the second thing I'd like to do is, as we're on the second floor and we're looking at this family portrait, I would like to. What are the age of Spike and Rose in the portrait compared to their ages as we just met them?
Thorn and Rose.
Sorry, Thorn and Rose.
Did you say Spike?
Yeah, it is.
Similar. Similar ages and similar heights.
Okay. And how old does the painting appear to be?
Brand new.
Thanks.
Can I check the portrait if it can be like moved, or if I can look behind it if there is something?
Sure. Roll me a perception check. Okay. All right. So you look behind it, and you see the wall stylized, which I described as being a series of dancing youths. But on closer inspection, well, not closer inspection, you look behind the portrait, and you come face to face with us, and you see these as well, more hidden imagery within these panelings. You see that the youths, they aren't really dancing, but they appear to be fighting off a swarm of bats.
What is the word you're using? Oh.
Huh?
Youth?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Fighting
okay, like
swarm
young
of
people?
bats.
Yeah, like young people.
Okay.
Can I like run a hand through it so it's like if there's like maybe clicking noise, or like if I can push something?
Okay, you run your hand through it. There's nothing there. It's just
Nothing.
the panel.
Are the spears the statues are, or the suits of armor are holding? Are those like live sharpened spears, or are they kind of blunted for show kind of spears?
They appear to be live. They appear to be sharp.
Just one thing while I'm in this room too, is I can see this little strange thing. I can't really do it very well. I guess I just ping. This thing here, what exactly is that?
Okay. It appears to just be a pillar of some kind. It's just a jutting out from the wall, so presumably a supportive pillar of some kind.
Okay, and does this look similar to the door I found in the pantry?
Yes.
Okay, so it's probably just opens to that chute. Okay, I will open it just to confirm that it does open into that chute I found. I can't see anything, so I assume yes.
It's open.
Okay.
It's a continuation of the wooden shaft, the stone shaft, which continues upwards and downwards,
Right.
with the ropes dangling.
Okay. All right. So, do we want to go to the east or the west door?
I would check the east first. By the way, Zano, do you think this is the children bedroom that you were in?
They said they lived in the attic, right?
Yeah. We have two
So-
more floors.
So yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but it doesn't seem like a master bedroom. So it's very strange. Possibly a servant's quarters. It seems like nobles may have lived here. So
Yeah.
that's possibly what it was.
I follow.
Sorry, I just want to check for the portrait. Do they all have the same complexion as when we saw them? Because when we saw Rose and Thorn, they appeared a little. They had a blue complexion. Do they have the same blue complexion in the portrait?
That's mostly because it's dark, right? But yes, for the most part, they look similar to how they did outside, but they look significantly happier in the portrait.
How about significantly better fed?
Yeah, you'd say so. A little bit better.
Okay.
They're not significantly better fed, like they're not plump or anything, but yeah.
All right.
Do you want to open?
Yeah, I'm gonna. You might want to stand back just in case there's something nasty behind here, but
So are we on the
I'm
second
just
floor
gonna
or
open
first floor?
this door. We're on the second floor
Okay.
right now.
This should be second.
Floor 2.
Okay.
So I'm just
I
gonna
think my
carefully
view
open
is still
this
on the
door.
first floor.
While Zanlo is opening the door, I would like to watch the statues if they are like
Sure.
doing anything.
You give a listen at the door. You don't hear anything. The statues don't appear to move as the door is opened. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-backed chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. And floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
How are they organized?
What, the books?
Yeah.
Haphazardly. Very little organization.
So I
So-
can't catch any pattern or scheme from their organization.
Roll me an investigation check. Okay. There's no naming or by author. Broadly, they appear to be by topic. Yeah, that's about the best you can get.
I want to take a look at the desk, see if there's anything interesting on it or in it.
Okay. On top of the desk, you find an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinder box, a letter kit containing a red wax candle, sorry. There are 4 blank sheets of parchment and a wooden seal bearing an insignia. The insignia being a windmill.
All right, we're definitely seeing a lot of that kind of iconography. So there was parchment, but there wasn't like any correspondence of any sort, was there?
Not apparently, no.
Okay. Was that also from checking the drawers of the desk as well, or?
Okay, so the desk drawer is empty except for an iron key, a singular iron key.
Okay, I will take that.
Alrighty.
I'll show it to the rest of the group. I'll be like, well, I found a key, so I don't know what's to. Maybe something in this room?
I just say to Zenlu, I don't know how skilled you are with your with these tools. We seem to have put them to good effect before. Could you duplicate the key's effect on its tumblers without stealing the key itself?
I'd probably have to tell that once we got to a lock, but having a key I don't think would hurt.
Except we're taking from this home. And this home has a lot of foreboding and intimidating imagery. I don't know that we want the inhabitants upset with us for theft.
Well, we can perhaps leave it here, and if we feel we need it, we can come and borrow it.
I think that's a good compromise.
All right.
But you want to maybe
So-
take a minute and just have a look at it, see if you can mentally, think about the way the tumblers would work with the key here, so it might aid you later.
I'll take a look at it to hear him,
Alright.
and then I'll put it on the desk.
You get a good idea of the organization of the key itself.
All right.
Can I
Cool.
quickly run through the shelves if I see like any book that was like taken out like lately? Or is there like
Okay.
any dust on others or?
Roll me a perception check. There's no dust that you see in keeping with the rest of the house. Roll me a perception check. Alright.
Like if there's like any book that stands out from others.
So you find one specifically with a red covered book with a blank spine, and it's the blank spine that stands out particularly for you. Looks odd.
I will take it out.
Okay, you pull it and it's attached to a hinge of sorts. You open it and so move yourself to the topmost corner. So move yourself here.
Okay. Huh.
Oh.
Ah, damn it. Okay. There. Okay. This apparent secret room also contains bookshelves packed with tomes. There is a heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet, which stand against the south wall, its lid half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor.
Zamlu, can you come here to look at this?
Yeah, just a moment.
I will just
Oof.
move aside.
Well, that's one unfortunate step. All right, well, I am going to. I'm going to check for
Stanley, just-
traps. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I think that's a
What
safe
are
bet
you
here.
checking for traps?
I think I'm going to very carefully approach this chest and basically, I don't want to touch it or get close to it. I certainly don't want to touch it, but I want to see if I can see if there's any strings attached that might trigger something.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Just a question, did we ever experience like mimics?
No.
Didn't whisper that, by the way. Gal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the order of
Right.
things was a bit weird there. Okay. You look at it, and as you get closer to the skeleton, you notice that there are 3 darts which are stuck in this person's armor and rib cage. The trap has already been triggered, much to the dismay of this person.
Okay. I'm still gonna cast Mage Hand and just try to very carefully lift the lid.
Okay. So again, the ghostly, almost zombie-like mage hand reaches out and flips open the lid. You kind of like looking around, and you see that in the skeleton's left hand, there is a letter,
Okay.
which apparently this person had tried to remove from the chest, and this was when the trap was triggered.
Okay, and so I'm gonna go up and I'm going to try to shimmy this letter out from his
Sorry, with the mage hand?
hands. I probably wouldn't have done that with a mage hand. Probably just have done that myself. And because I want to take a look in the chest and just confirm that there's nothing else in there.
Okay. There are other things in the chest.
Okay.
So, you find 3 blank books and black leather covers. There are 3
Okay.
spell scrolls.
Right.
What appears to be the deed to a house, the deed to a windmill, and an unsigned will.
Who is the will from?
Oh, sorry, a signed. Did I say unsigned will?
You did.
Unsigned.
You said unsigned.
It is signed. It is a signed will. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
The will
What does it
is
say?
signed by a Gustav
Gustav.
and Elizabeth Durst, and they bequeath the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' deaths.
All right.
Does it say
And-
date when it was signed?
Yeah.
There is no
that's a
date.
good call. All right.
Um,
That was just the will, not the letter I have, correct?
There are actually 2 letters. There was one inside the chest as well. So there's one in the
Okay.
character stance. Okay. So you open up the first letter, which was inside the chest, and it says, just give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Dearest brother, I am becoming increasingly concerned with regards to the actions of the others. I suspect that perhaps our ambitions do not entirely agree with each other. If anything were to happen, I entrust the estate to you, and I know Rose and Thorn would not object. I hope this letter finds you in health. In the name of our Lord and Master, Gustav.
Wait,
Okay.
so the deed says like their children will inherit this, but this letter says that his brother would get the estate.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And the second letter. My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tossed in a dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and you sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from the wretchedness, I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Stradvon Zarvich.
Does it ring any bells, this name?
Wait. So, as I see the word stillborn, I go back out and look at the portrait. Does it look like the baby seems to not be alive?
You can't see any features in the child whatsoever. It's a bundle of rags. It's in the shape of a child, but you cannot see the child.
That's the question. Which letter was in the hand and which letter was inside the chest?
Yeah.
The second one was in the hand. The first one was in the chest.
What race is this corpse, the skeleton?
Roll me a medicine check. Human, maybe crossed. Yeah.
Well, this is some interesting information. I'm not entirely sure how it all helps us just yet, but
I have one more question.
it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is this... So this is a skeleton, and it's clearly died here. Are there no other signs of its decay?
What kind of signs?
Flesh, puddles of stuff. You know, I mean, this is bone, but there's a lot of tissue and flesh missing, and there's no sign of like that somewhere, like
None of
stains
that.
on the floor, anything like that. It's just a skeleton in the room.
Yep. Wearing armor. So Shaq, you told me that you were wanting to look at some of the books there. Bookshelves. There are hundreds of tomes here, covering a range of topics: history, warfare, alchemy. There are also several shelves containing what appears to be first edition collected works of poetry and fiction.
Okay, I'll look at the ones that seem to talk about history. Is it consistent with what we know from our general timeline?
No, nothing whatsoever. The city names do not match. The general histories do not match. Even naming etymologies don't match up. Races do, but that's it for the most part.
Are there any dates? No? Or
No
mentioned
dates.
inside?
The history books don't have dates?
They don't have dates.
Wow.
That's curious.
Is there anything inside the book?
Actually, hold
about-
on. Let me see. This is something that's going to require a lot of research. I'll get to you about the dates, but the dates and even the dating system do not match with what you're used to.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
like looking at a Mayan calendar.
Can I tell
All
how
right.
old this corpse is?
Well, you've already rolled a medicine check. Looks brand new. Like the skeleton looks clean.
Okay.
All right. Well, something is really wrong about this house.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I just laugh. Don't say.
Yeah.
Do I see, are there any references in the books to Strand von Zarovich?
Zarovich.
Yeah.
How long are you spending to do your research?
I think I'll just keep reading until someone stops me. Or keep looking around until someone stops me.
6 seconds.
No.
Yeah. After we get this information, I'm probably gonna keep the 2 letters on me, just so that we have them as reference if we find some more mention of these characters later, Gustav or this Strada guy. And I'm going to.
Sorry, go on.
Does the title deed for the house mention the location of the house, like which province or town?
It
or
mentions
city?
that it's in the village of Barovia.
Okay.
Oh, also, while you were inspecting the books in the secret library have different contents. They appear to be packed with tomes describing rituals, summoning rituals, necromantic rituals, and
That's exactly what I was going to ask about. So that's awesome.
a cult called the Priests of Ossibus.
The Priests of Ossibus.
Can I get a general gist from skimming either the titles of these or maybe the indexes of these books or anything like that for or the title pages even of just what this cult believes in or who they believe in or what they're trying to do?
Okay. The rituals themselves, some of them are summoning rituals for fiends, and some of them are summoning rituals for, well, necromancy. So whatever their orientation is, it's centered around either the undead, the demonic, or the devilish. Is generally what fiends and necromancy involves. The cult called the Priests of Ossibus, they were a cult who there are references to vampires, to ghouls, to liches, achieving lichdom, and various creatures' different paths of doing this, and general research into these topics.
Any of the books in a particularly significant position, like a position of honor or respect, or used more than others, like more worn?
They don't appear to be. They all appear to be equally used.
About these spell scrolls too, what spells exactly are these
Okay.
contain?
All right, so giving that a bit of closer inspection, you find one containing spell scroll Bless, one for spell scroll Protection from Poison, and one for spell scroll Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Well, should we move on to the next room?
Are we taking these scrolls?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't particularly think I can make use of them, so we can leave them if you wish.
Is protection what class is protection from poison?
It's abjuration, I'm pretty sure.
And not what spell school, what class uses it? Because the scroll you
Cleric
Oh,
can use
Cleric and
Clerics.
Paladin.
Okay. So
All
yeah.
the spells are cleric spells, if I don't remember wrongly.
Plus, what
So
was
you're
that?
really the only one who
Plus,
can read them then. The rest of us might be able to decipher what they're about, but we can't read the scrolls, correct?
Yeah.
Cleric,
So I think
Druid,
that's-
Paladin, Ranger.
For protection,
Protection
from
from
poison.
poison.
So I can make that out. I kind of look to I look to actually mention to the group. I say, this is getting weirder and weirder. I kind of don't like the idea of stealing from someone we haven't met, but if you're taking the deeds and that corpse suggests that those deeds have been here a long time, those kids suggest the corpse couldn't have been here a long time. Something's fucked up. Should we take these? Protection from poison is something I can use and might be helpful.
I think at this point we value our survival over courtesy. And I think that should we be caught in it, we be honest and say that we fear for our lives and try to defend ourselves by whatever means. And we apologize and we'll replace them. should we need.
All right, then I will.
Since since I don't like this scout, I will allow you to take these scrolls.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would be against it.
Well, I can't. I think you need to. I mean, I can't read these other two. I mean, I can read the titles of what it is, but the words are just gibberish to me. They might be useful to you, but they're not useful to me. But I'll take the scroll of protection against poison. Okay.
Okay, just a reminder how the scrolls work. They don't take slots. They are just like one usage, right?
They're one-time use, and they have to be on your spell list. And I think
I have
something
all of them.
about whether they have to be your level.
They
Oh, you
to
have
be
them
on
all.
your
Okay,
spell
so
list.
Yeah.
Like you have to have learned them already. So these are all
No,
useful.
it has
I think they have to
on
be
your
in your
class
class.
spell list.
Class
Your class
spells.
spells.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which all of them are.
Okay.
Okay, I will take the bless and spiritual weapon then.
Okay, cool.
Using them is the same rules as using it as a regular spell, so bonus action, whatever it is.
Right, but it doesn't take your spell slot.
Doesn't
Correct.
take spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah, come.
All right. Let's
The
move
other
on to
room
this
then?
Other room, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the regular thing, take a listen, slowly open it if I don't hear anything.
Okay. So you open it up. There are gossamer drapes which cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful women, men, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord with a bench rests in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece.
Do the characters that are singing and dancing, do they resemble Rose and Thorn and her family at all? Or their family? Or is it just... Okay.
Upon closer inspection, do we see anything nefarious in these images?
In the stained glass walls?
Yeah.
Roll a perception check. Okay. Not apparently in these ones.
This is the floor of the parents, right? This is the third floor, not the ground floor, not the floor of the library. This is still library floor.
This is the library.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to inspect the piano if I can like open it and check if there is like anything hidden inside.
It is a harpsichord. You open it up and apparently not. It's strong, but there's nothing hidden inside.
Okay, I will close it then.
Well, I mean, it seems
So-
like a music entertainment room. Other than that, I can't think of a whole lot
Well, but
that we might find here.
except everything else in this house has been layered with an evil second layer, and this kind of surprises me here. Why is
Yeah.
this room different? And if it is different, which it may not be, but if it is different, is there some way we can take advantage of that? Perhaps by I would like to inspect the documents again in here. Does the writing change? Is there something different about them?
Okay, so I'll move in and sort of you're looking at the various different things and through the walls and things like that, and very, very suddenly and very, very loudly you hear a single key being struck on the harpsichord. Dum! And you all
Victor.
turn around to look at it. Victor is the one standing closest to it, but he's not looking at the harpsichord.
I just wanted to like try to press the key.
Are you?
No, you did not press the key.
No, I didn't press. I was about to do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, there's your answer,
I will
Goran.
turn. I will.
The answer is
What was
no.
that?
There's not something different about this room. There's something weird here.
Is there is this some?
Can
Is there some
can
way-
I duplicate that key?
You can try and find which one it was.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So you're just going to keep playing until you find the key?
Yeah.
Okay. The music is exceptionally loud. A harpsichord is very, very loud, sounding almost like an organ. Roll me a performance check.
There's not like sheet music in front of this, is there?
No. You're pressing these keys, and with each one that you press, it confuses you to the original sound. You're not sure which one is the original key.
Yeah.
I have Mimicry, so I can actually replicate that sound with
Mimicry.
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 So I'll sing out the same sound
Okay.
that I heard.
And you do so to the same timbre, to the same volume, with the same bass as well. You're all particularly shocked. This sound is now coming from Shaq. Everybody looks around at him.
I mean, we're probably relatively used to what he does, right?
Yes.
He's done a couple things like this before.
All right, so we're just like, huh? All right.
Does anything happen
Does
when
this
that
cause-
noise happens?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Can I take a look at this harp over here? Can I play a couple of the strings, see if I can find a match for that note?
Roll me a performance check.
All right. Well, that should go well.
Okay. You didn't really have a history of playing the harp, so you wouldn't know which note it is. But you
Do they
find
get an advantage
an
because I'm
approximate
singing?
resonance. You find an approximate
Okay.
resonance for it.
Shaq, do it again. I'm going to try to strike that at the same time.
Yes, I'm do it again. Hopefully to help them get the correct note.
Okay. Shaq, roll me a performance check with advantage. Okay. You do so, and the two notes are in harmony. Goran, you notice some of the figurines which are on the mantelpiece just sort of waver very slightly.
I immediately point that out. Waver as in shimmer, waver as in move. What am I looking at? They look less.
Yeah, sort of like
substantial?
if there were a very small earthquake, how they would like shake slightly. You didn't feel the room move. The room was
No, I understand.
normal, but these figures moved.
I say, can you guys do that again, but hold it longer?
We'll repeat.
Okay, you do so, and the figures this time do not appear to move. Roll me a perception check.
Me?
Goran.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, closer inspection of these figures reveals that several of the carvings, while they're very well dressed, they're very well dressed skeletons.
Are those the ones
Skeletal
that shimmered?
hands, skulls. All of them do, and all of them are these skeletons.
That's including the painting, or just the figures on the
No,
wall?
these are the figures on the mantelpiece.
Oh, okay.
Can I pick one up?
Oh.
Sure.
I'd like to pick one up.
It's approximately the size of a chess piece.
So I move it. It's not attached.
No.
Okay. I just very quickly, down the line of them, pick them up and put them back exactly where I picked them up from.
Okay.
Do any of
You
them...
do so.
Okay.
There's no effect to doing so.
I will flick at one of the figurine to see if there's a note that comes out of it when I strike it. Does it match the frequency that I was singing?
There's no. It sounds like your claw hit a piece of alabaster.
Okay.
Mhm. Well, maybe we'll find out more about this later. Do you guys want to move on to the next floor?
From the east, you hear a thudding sound of something hitting the floor.
Gonna go check that out. I
Okay.
expect we all will.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go in there, and you look around the room. Roll me an investigation check. All of you can roll me investigation checks.
Is this in the library?
Yes, in the library.
Okay.
Okay. Absolutely nothing has changed in this room.
Can I go to that chute that was in this room over here?
Mhm.
If I open this up, does it look like the little box is in a different location than it once was?
It wasn't a box, it was just a pallet, which was on the first
Oh, just a
floor
pallet.
in the kitchen. Yeah.
Is that in the same place it was?
You can still see the rope, so you imagine the pallet is still below you, yes.
I want to pull the rope and see if I can pull up the pallet.
Okay. You do so, and there's a scraping sound of wood against stone. From high above you, there's almost a rusted wheel sound as you're pulling on this rope. And slowly the pallet does emerge towards you.
There's nothing on it, though, right?
There's nothing on it.
Okay. Must not be related. I'll just leave that then. Any idea what that thud was, guys?
No. But
Would have been the
I do notice that
upper floor, maybe.
every moment we spend here is a moment closer to darkness.
It's true.
Okay. So
I'm-
we go.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that that makes sense.
All right, up we go.
Alrighty. Let me just arrange you into an order where I can move you.
And Zalur jump down.
Up to the north.
Don't worry, I got acrobatics. I'll be fine.
Oh, here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is a good place to take a break, guys.
Okay.
Alright?
Cool.
All right, guys, thanks
All
for
right.
watching. See you in the next part.